Good morning. How are you doing today? Today is going to be so much fun because we are choosing which fragrances I'm going to wear for the month of March, but we're doing it with a fun little twist. I have created 6 different wheels to be able to spin and randomly select which fragrances I'm wearing, and each of the 6 wheels is featuring a different color. So on these color wheels, I have included 6 fragrances that match that color. So we've got red and pink, we've got orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, we are featuring rainbows, so I'm going to spin these 6 wheels, and by the time we are done randomly selecting, I will have 1 fragrance for each color of the rainbow. Okay, so hopefully you should be seeing the wheel on the screen now. We are going to start, of course, with red. Let's meet the contestants. So as we go through, you're going to see that I have a lot of fragrances that are maybe not necessarily what I would normally use for late winter, early spring, but I do view March as being the first month in which I can start really integrating those springy fragrances. That's why I thought March was a good time to do the rainbow wheels, because I just kind of use whatever fragrances I have of that color. So we've got Country Apple, Sweet Pea. Those are both kind of older 90s fragrances from Bath & Body Works. I also have some newer ones. We've got Fruity Sherbet Scoop, Groovy Watermelon, which is a top favorite of mine, Bubblegum Pop, and Strawberry Soda. It's going to be interesting because in these wheels you're going to see I have a lot of tropical and summery fragrances, but I've done my best to also include some springy and gourmand fragrances as well, just because it is still winter over here. Let's see what the wheel picks. Let's start with red. All right, you ready? Here we go. Okay, Strawberry Soda. This is one of my favorite scents of all time, so I'm going to put aside Strawberry Soda. I better write this down too so I don't forget who won. Okay, we've got Strawberry Soda. Let's go on to orange next. All right, the contestants for the orange fragrances are Mango Mandarin, another old but classic fragrance, Golden Mango Lagoon, Orange Vanilla Twist, love that scent. We've got Pearberry, another oldie, Revive, which is actually an aromatherapy fragrance that has guava, orange, and mango in it, so kind of citrusy. And then we have Sparkling Orange Spritz. So it's probably going to be either a mango or a citrus, so let's see what we get for orange. Yay! We've got Mango Mandarin. I haven't worn this one in a long time. I actually only have it in a mist, so this one will be interesting to pair a fragrance combo around it. So stay tuned for that, but let's write Mango Mandarin down for our orange scent. All right, we have the yellow wheel. So this one is interesting because I actually found in my collection when I was doing a declutter a random limoncello spray from way back when, so that would be fun to pick that one. We also have iced lemon pound cake, a nice gourmand for spring, the start of spring. And then we have Love and Sunshine, Summer Melody, and then some summery ones besides Summer Melody, Pineapple Coconut, and Pineapple Mango. So let's see what we get for yellow. I'm kind of hoping for one of the first 3 as opposed to the later 3, just because I want some springy scents as opposed to being all summer. So let's see what happens. I like all of these scents, so I'm okay either way. Let's go. Oh. Okay, we're going summery. We've got Pineapple Coconut, such a good one. Let's get that written down. Okay, now you're seeing the green wheel. I'm hoping for some springy scents because so far we are 3 in for summer scents. So this wheel in particular, I have more spring scents than I do summer scents. It's just kind of how it went. So we have Watermelon Mint Mojito, which is kind of leaning towards summer, but it could be a good spring transitional because it is kind of a fresh fruity. Gingham Fresh, speaking of fresh. Cucumber Melon, Apple. This is just the straight up apple as opposed to being like Country Apple. So since I didn't get Country Apple, that would be nice to get this one. We have Coconut Lime Breeze. That is a very summery one, so maybe not leaning towards that one, hopefully. And then Daffodil Daydreams, which was last year's Easter fragrance. All right, let's see what the wheel picks. Oh, good. Yay! Okay, that one is good for spring. We've got Gingham Fresh as my green fragrance. Very fitting and appropriate for March, so let me write that down. Okay, we have 2 more wheels. Next, we're going to spin for my blue fragrance. Don't forget to stay tuned because I'm not reading fragrance notes right now, but I will be making these fragrances into full combos and putting them in my rolling cart in the bathroom after this. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about these winning fragrances, of course. So for the blue scents, we've got Blueberry Bundt Cake, a nice cozy gourmand that would be good for those more wintry days of March, which we definitely have. Midnight Blue Citrus is an option. Sea Island Shore. We have Rain/Water, that's the hyaluronic acid collection. That's a good fresh clean scent. Lavender Cedarwood, which is an aromatherapy that's been a long time ago discontinued. I have some pieces of that in my collection. And then Blueberry Pancakes. We've got 2 blueberry scents. So let's see what happens for the blue fragrance. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Midnight Blue Citrus. All right, so that's kind of a little bit on the mango-y side. So we've got 2 different mangoes. Okay, last but not least, we need to pick a purple fragrance. So the contestants are Black Cherry Merlot, Cotton Candy Clouds, which I have a pink version and a purple version. Of course, I'm going to use the purple version if it wins. Lavender Spring Apricot, Brown Sugar and Fig, Lavender, that's the one that matches just the straight up apple fragrance. So I have just pure lavender there, and then Gingham Vibrant. So it looks like on this list we have 2 different lavenders, so the odds are a little bit higher for a lavender fragrance there, but I'm pretty neutral. I think I'll enjoy any of these fragrances. I'm leaning slightly away from Black Cherry Merlot just because I do have all fruity fragrances so far, so it'd be nice to get a gourmand or maybe something a little bit more cozy or herbaceous. So let's see what happens. Yeah, that boing, that's very appropriate. Okay, I guess I'm doing fruity scents for March. Black Cherry Merlot is my purple fragrance. You know what, that's okay, I'm craving fruity, so it works out. The wheels have spoken. They want me to go straight up fruity, and that is okay with me because it has been a late winter so far this season, lots of cold weather, and I've been really hitting up the gourmand, so I think a switch up is totally fine with me. So what we're gonna do next is I'm going to create some fragrance combos around these winning fragrances for each color, and I'm gonna share with you those fragrance combos and get them all set up in my bathroom ready to go for March. So let's go to the next step. All right, we're in the bathroom now, and I have consulted the body care stash and made 6 different fragrance combos based around those winning fragrances. So on the top here is empty. I'm gonna put my March scents, and then down here you'll see I have my February scents left over just because I do film these a little bit ahead of time so that way they can be ready for the beginning of the new month. So that way I can still use my February scents until I'm ready for the March scents. So Strawberry Soda was my red winner, so let me show you what I picked out to use with it. Here is the Fine Fragrance Mist. This is from 2021, still going strong, although you can see I have a fairly good dent in it for being one of those scents that I cling to. So this is fresh strawberries, bubbly seltzer, and crushed ice. I feel like the notes of this fragrance just do not do it justice. It's the perfect summer fragrance. It's fizzy and bubbly like a soda, and it has really strong top notes, but the strawberry in it is more of like an artificial snow cone syrup strawberry as opposed to being more of a natural fresh strawberry, which for me I love because I love anything that's more of like a candy scent. Here's what that looks like in the shower gel and the body cream. And to help bring out those candied notes, I've selected the strawberry scented Smarties body scrub. I love this one so much. You can get these at TJ Maxx and Marshalls sometimes. This is a brand called Taste Beauty, and they do collaborations for body care with different food brands. Like you'll see those makeup palettes that are like Hershey's chocolate or even Doritos and Cheetos. So that's that same brand too, but I love their candy themed body scrubs. I sometimes bust this one out for February for Valentine's Day because to me it smells like Valentine's Day candy. It kind of smells like those cherry suckers you can get around that time of year. So I'm glad to bust it out in March since I didn't in February. Here is my Mango Mandarin. This was the orange winner, and as you can see here, it is definitely qualified to become an empty in the somewhat near future. So this is from a semi-annual sale from 2019 that I grabbed this. Back then they didn't have notes on the bottles of the fragrance mist, so let me read them to you on the internet. This is a fragrance that Bath & Body Works has come out with time and time again since the early 2000s, maybe even the late 90s. And so because of that, I was able to find a fragrance notes list that includes more of an in-depth breakdown of the notes instead of just the 3 main notes that they include on today's bottles. So mango mandarin is described as having top notes of clementine and mandarin leaves, nectarine, and then the mid notes are mango zinger, creamy magnolia, and blood orange. And then the dry notes or the base notes are musk and, very interestingly, cotton candy. When I smell this fragrance, it does really have kind of that clementine, like those cuties when you peel one. It smells kind of like the peel of a cutie. It has a little hint of a bitterness to it, but it's sweetened up by some of those more juicy nectarine notes as well as the cotton candy base. So such a great fragrance. I know a lot of people would be happy to see this one come back for a semi-annual sale bring back. So for the rest of the fragrance combo to go with mango mandarin, unfortunately, I already used up my moisturizer and shower gel of that fragrance, and the mist is all that remains. So I had to get a little bit creative to think up of a good combo. So I'm going to be dipping into this body cream of Revive, which is an aromatherapy from a summer collection 2020. So a little bit on the older side there. This is Revive Brazilian Orange, Mandarin, and Guava. This one has both orange and mandarin, so it's going to pair perfectly with the mango mandarin. I would say the guava brings a little bit more of a candy-like quality to it that the mango mandarin doesn't have. It has almost like a Pez kind of scent. Yeah, it has like a sugary, zippy zestiness to it that mango mandarin lacks. So that'll be kind of an interesting tie-in there. For shower gel, I'm going to use this Philosophy body wash. I just love their body washes. They always think of the most fun scents. So this one is called Beach Girl, and the fragrance is listed as Orange Slush. This one is pretty self-explanatory. It smells pretty much exactly how it's described. Orange Slush. It's just straightforward, juicy orange. And then I have an Onyx Bathhouse body scrub that I'm trying to work on using up, and this one will go perfectly. This is Orange Blossom, and it's called Walkin' on Sunshine. They always have the most fun colors. That's what that one looks like there. So cheerful, especially now that I am ready for winter to be over, and it most definitely is not over where I'm at. So hopefully this brings a little bit of sunshine to my shower routines. So this is the fragrance that won the yellow category. We've got Coconut Pineapple, another top favorite of mine. Normally this is a fragrance I would save for June, July, August, but you know what? That's okay. Actually, what is going on in my head right now is that I'm kind of lined up with whatever is going on in stores at Bath & Body Works since I work there and I'm around those fragrances all the time, and we just released the tropical lineup, and so in my heart it feels way more tropical than it actually is on the calendar. So I can wear this one when I am dreaming of summer, and we'll just kind of make it my little fantasy world in the shower of being summer vacation. So this one has notes of shaved coconut, fresh pineapple, and sugar cane. I would say that this one is surprisingly sweet. You think of the Costa Rica pineapple that they have, and that one is very zesty and citrusy of a pineapple, while this one, since it has a base of coconut, it really makes it almost like a coconut milk ice cream with pineapple in it. So very delicious, and I can't wait to use some. And we're keeping it straightforward with the same matching shower gel and body cream. I have a strong feeling that this is going to be the main fragrance that I use this March because it's the only one that I truly feel is like a real March spring scent, and that is Gingham Fresh. This is a flanker of the original gingham that we have all the time, and this one was released in the spring of 2023. This is the original batch. Gingham Fresh was also a part of that repackage and re-release of the gingham flankers that happened at the very end of summer in 2024. This one has fragrance notes of juicy pear, sparkling clementine, and fresh daisies. I find that this is a true fruity floral, although it's kind of reminding me of a Calgon Take Me Away body splash. It has that 90s body splash vibe to it that I just love, and it's so nostalgic. Normally I don't like to wear florals that much just because they don't really smell that great on me in my opinion, but this one has enough of those juicy pear notes and the clementine that kind of brings in that zesty, fruity, fresh, springy feel that I feel like this is a floral that I can pull off. I'm working really hard to use my more random body care since I just did a body care declutter. By the way, if you haven't seen that, I will post a link in the card section up above, but I worked on making a pile of body care that I'm just trying to deplete so that I can create some space in my collection, and so some of these randoms were a part of that Use It Up project. So I have this Raw Sugar Kids travel size body lotion, and this was actually just a part of a gift set, and I was more after the other pieces of the gift set, and this just happened to be in it. But it's nice. It's kind of barely fragrant, so this pairs really well with anything that's just like a green fresh scent, just like Gingham Fresh. So this is avocado and green apple. And then I also have a Raw Sugar Kids foaming wash. This is intended to be a face and hand wash, but on quick shower days, if I'm just doing like a quick rinse off and I just need a lightweight body wash, this works in a pinch. So this is green apple and strawberry, just very gently fruity, but mainly a fresh, clean scent. Here is my blue fragrance that we spun on the wheel, and this is Midnight Blue Citrus. It even has blue in the name, so perfect. I have this fragrance in shower gel and body lotion, and this one is really nice because it's fruity, but it has like a nice fresh clean element to it, which kind of makes it appropriate for spring as opposed to just being summer only. But this one has a nice fresh citrusy and almost aquatic vibe to it that really makes it more into the springy category for me. So the notes on this one are juicy citrus, fresh spring water, and sweet mango. And to keep this fragrance purely blue, I have chosen a Dirty Soul Soap Co. fragrance mist. This one is Blue Raspberry Snow Cone. I chose this fragrance mist because when I was looking at my options for pairing, I noticed I had a lot of mango sprays that could have taken it more on the tropical route, and also they were all orange. And so to keep it more in the citrusy candy-like realm, and also to keep the fragrance blue, that's why I chose this. So this one has notes of tart raspberry, chilled cherry, and shaved ice. Based off the notes, it sounds like it's going to be similar to Firecracker Pop, which is a really rich cherry syrupy kind of scent. It's supposed to mimic those popsicles at 4th of July, but this is quite different than that fragrance. When I smelled it, it definitely has like a base of a creamy candy powdery scent, but on the top, it's predominantly like this very tart sour lemon scent, which is really fun. All right, and the last color of the rainbow. This was the fragrance that won the purple wheel, and this is Black Cherry Merlot. I was kind of leaning towards hoping I would get something like Brown Sugar Fig or maybe Cotton Candy Clouds, just because I wanted there to be a gourmand representation, just because we still are in Snowville right now. It's still snowing and icy, but alas, the wheel chose yet another fruity for me. So we're going all in with the fruity fragrances, and you know what? It's kind of fun. I normally wouldn't have chosen that for myself for this month, but that's why we like the randomizers, because it gets us to kind of branch out and try something a little different. So I have dark cherry, black raspberry, and Merlot as the fragrance notes of this one. This comes in the mist. I also have it in the body lotion as well. I do not have the body wash, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry over my cherry body wash I was using during February. This is by Dove, and it is cherry and chia milk. It's very creamy, sweet cherry, so this one is more of like a fruity grape meets cherry. This one's a little more creamy, so I think that'll be fun to kind of tie in a little bit more of a sweet, creamy vanilla-y route to it. And then back to the candy concept, I've got another Taste Beauty body scrub, and this one is a Skittles one. It looks like a little Skittle on top there. And this one specifically is the Wild Berry, and I've used this before in the past with Black Cherry Merlot, and I think they are very fun together. Look at that bright, fun color. All right, those were my 6 colors of the rainbow. I have a couple of randoms to show you next. This might just be my favorite native fragrance that I've used of all time, and this is Gummy Bears. I have it in the shampoo and conditioner, and this formula is very moisturizing, so I really like it for that reason. Since I have a lot of candy and fruit going on in my fragrance lineup, I thought this would be perfect to match with all of the fragrances I have. And then I'm just keeping it simple with one deodorant this time. This is the Teens formula of Mango Sunshine, and even though this is a Teens formula, I know some of them are more of like a glossy glide on, and this one is more of your standard white kind of chalkier texture, which I actually prefer in terms of how it works for me. And for a little bit of lip care, I thought this was the perfect time to bust out some kidcore stuff, since I have a lot of candy and fruity scents going on that just to me screams of kidcore. And so I had to bust out my Expressions Girl little purse of lip glosses. These are so fun. These are exactly like the ones you grew up with. Doesn't this just like bring you back to being in late grade school and hitting up the mall with your friends and going into Claire's and buying something like a package of roll-on lip gloss? And look at all of these different flavors. You can kind of see all those different fruits set aside. So which fruit do we think we want to represent in the form of lip gloss this time? I could do cherry for Black Cherry Merlot, because I do have a cherry one. My green fragrance was Gingham Fresh, and I've got a green apple here. We need a green one for March. This is just pleasing the inner child in me. I love this so much, so I'm gonna use this Expressions Roll-On Lip Gloss in green apple. And no better time than now to bust out my Gingham Fresh inspired loofah that I got at the semi-annual sale. So this is a white loofah and it has like a ribbon threaded through it that is the green gingham that's inspired by Gingham Fresh, and it's got like a green and white rope. So I think that's perfect for March and because I'm using Gingham Fresh. All right, so now that we have all of those products ready for March, let's go add the scrubs and the shower gels to the shower and then we can be done. Have it, all of the colors of the rainbow represented in my fragrance lineup. As always, thanks for coming along and helping me set up the fragrances I'm gonna wear for the month of March. You'll have to remember to let me know down in the comments below which fragrance do you plan on wearing this March. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye.